All right, welcome back from the lunch. We will continue with more presentations. We will have 6 presentations after the lunch. And my presentation about the Dude workshop will be the first one. As before going to this event, we didn't have too much presentations, so I decided to show a little how we are using Dude in MikroTik, how we use Dude in MikroTik. What is this? What is new? Yeah, and some small things that might be useful for you in the future monitoring your network. So as you know, this year we started fixing bugs for the Dude and started making new features. So we can tell that we revived the Dude. And as many users are using the Dude all around the world, it was like very hard for us to resist to all the commands. When you will fix this, when you will work this, when it will work like this. So we are starting back the development, and Dude is becoming greater and greater every day with all new features that are being added and with all the features that are being fixed. Okay, what is the Dude? The first question. Do you know what is the Dude? What is this? Does anybody knows what is this? Have you tried it? Okay, at least 5 persons tried the Dude. So this is a network monitor. I can tell that it is one of the most powerful free network monitors that you get. The main thing that it is free. Okay, now maybe it is not so free as it was before, as you can install the Dude server on the Windows or anywhere else. Now the Dude became a part of MikroTik router OS. So to run the Dude server, you need to have MikroTik router OS somewhere in your network. So, but otherwise, it is fully free. You don't need to pay anything for it. The next, this is the first and very good thing when something is for free. The next thing is very customizable. You can customize many different things. You can change so many different options because sometimes when our clients show the maps or the way how they're using Dude, we just how can they like go to something like that they configure? So it can be customized in so much different ways, and you can make it appropriate for your needs, and you can set up very different alarm system, email, SMS notification, monitor everything possible things in the router or the device. So it has many different features. I think this is a map. This is just normal map, regular map, nothing fancy on it. I think this is our RMA department network where they are testing the boards that are returned to RMA to us. So this is just simple network. Sometimes we got the images from clients that have like 10,000 or even more devices. I don't even know how they can manage something like this in Dude. So the next thing after what is the Dude? So the Dude development. Firstly, we start making the Dude in 2006. It was a long time ago. And then the last stable version was 4.0 beta 3 that worked on Windows and different other operation system. And in 2016, we started developing Dude back again. And I'm going briefly to speak about the main biggest changes that are now available for the Dude. So the first and the most important thing that now Dude server is a part of MikroTik router OS. It is a package of MikroTik router OS. Just regular package, as you can see here. So when you need the Dude server, you install it on your router OS and use it. For us, it is much more easier to control the Dude as a router OS package, as we have much more control over it. Like when the Dude server was on Windows, it was hard for us to manage all the things that are related to Windows. That's why for us it is much more easier to use it as a package for the router OS. This is how the server and client changed. So the things that you need to remember. Now the Dude server can be installed on MikroTik router OS, and it is supported on all CCR. So all CCR devices can be used as Dude server. The Dude package can be installed on Cloud Core router. You can install Dude on CHR. Remember I was talking about cloud hosted router. As well, during my presentation I will show the Dude server on cloud hosted router, so you will see how it works. As well, you can install Dude server on x86. In a recent version we made support for Routerboard 3011, so you can install Dude on Routerboard 3011. The Dude client, like the applications that you can control all the settings, is still available on Windows. You can run it on Windows, you can run it on Linux with the Wine, you can run it on MacOS with the Wine. At the moment there is no web interface for the Dude. You are not able to access the Dude by web interface. You can only access it by the Dude application. Maybe in the future it will be changed. We will see in what way. Maybe there will be an application or something like that. And at the moment, the Dude is only in English. Previously we had support for different language, but now we decided to make it only in English. One of the very important things for the Dude server that you need to consider, I will speak about it also later, but I just want to remind you that you need to keep in mind the size of the disk where you are installing Dude server. So if you are installing the Dude server on 64 megabytes, then sooner or later, if your network is becoming more and more bigger, you will hit the limit of this disk. So consider about fast and big storage enough for your Dude, because for example, microSD might not be so fast. That's why otherwise you use USB or something like that. Okay, so this is the first and the main change of the Dude. So server now is available on routers, and client is available as usual on Windows. The next thing is that previously the Dude had its own logins and password. Now all logins and passwords for the Dude are managed from the router OS itself. So now all, if you want to log into your Dude, you are adding like regular user to your MikroTik routers and manage it. And there is a new policy in a user group configuration that is called the Dude. And if you want the particular user to access the Dude server, so you need to enable the Dude for that user. So maybe I will show it on the screen, it will be better. So I will connect to my router, just a second. I will connect to my router by Winbox. So from now on, if you want to make Dude a user, you make it in system users. Like I made my own user Dude, and if you want to make sure that this user can access the Dude server, you need to make sure that Dude service is enabled for him. So and all of the users are managed now by that menu. The next thing that is changed is the way how you control the server. So there is a routers command, routers folder Dude, where you can enable the Dude. You can specify data directory, so the place where you can store all Dude files. So if it is external disk, you specify external disk folder. You can specify different folder just to make sure that where all your Dude data is stored. And there you see a status. On my router, we can quickly look what is happening on my router. So I am going back to my Winbox. So I write Dude print. So I have Dude enabled and it's running at the moment. The next thing that will be changed in 6.37 routers version is the port. Now Dude used some 2.10 and 2.11 port, but from 6.37 it will be a Winbox port 8291. It will be used by Dude, and it will be used for plain and secure mode for both of them. So it will be one port. So this is like 3 or 4 main changes. As I said in the beginning, now we are concentrating on working with all issues that were reported to us to fix all of them. And in parallel, we are implementing new features for the Dude. And if you are interested in what is happening, what is the current priority, you can follow all Dude development in our forum. There is the Dude thread where you can find what is being changed in the specific version. And we are trying to put all the changes to changelog. So you also follow our changelog about the Dude, you will find out what is changed there. Okay, so this is the small theoretical part. Let's try to see something in practical part. So first of all, how to install the Dude server. The Dude server could be installed, for example, if you want to install the Dude server for CCR, you go to our MikroTik, you go to mikrotik.com. You go to mikrotik.com. Yes. Most likely I'm under that queue because I'm connected to the same router where is my camera, and camera is sending like 5 megabits. Well, anyway, you can get the Dude server package from download page. There is a Dude server. You download it and use drag and drop to put it to your router. Just if you are using Windows, just move it on. And after system reboot, you will have the Dude installed on your router. And you can manage and use it for your needs. But as I told you, that it's possible to use Dude on CHR, cloud hosted router. The interesting thing that Dude is pre-installed for it, so I think it comes already with the Dude package enabled. As I told you, you can use cloud hosted router in different virtual environment. I will be using VirtualBox on my computer to run the DoD server, and so my VirtualBox is here. My console is here. So somebody is trying to log into my router already. Hopefully you will not guess the password too fast. So my DoD is running on my CHR. We can see what is at the system. So you see it is cloud-hosted router, 64 bits operational system, and yeah, I can use DoD from here, like have DoD server on my computer, even if it's not MikroTik router OS. Just as I'm running the DoD on CHR, so this is again reminder about the CHR limitation and CHR version license level support. So for 90% of you, P1 license will be enough to manage all the things, and it will cost $45 USD. And for the DoD, what are the main things that you should consider? So disk space on your router board, if you're using router board for the DoD server, the disk space. Make regular backups, as sooner or later there might be something wrong. So it's better to have backup than to spend time recovering everything from the scratch. And consider to use secure mode all the time whenever it is possible, as if your network is important for you, it is much better that you secure communication with your computer and DoD server to avoid bad things that might happen. All right, so few things that I want to show you. First, first part, I will connect to my DoD, I will secure it by password, I can change the port, and I can change the access list for access. So let me run the DoD. And by the way, usually like people are telling that when you will make the DoD, for example, for Linux or for MacOS. I have MacOS and I have the DoD too, so you see I can run the DoD on my MacOS. So I will write the address of the DoD server. So I'm connecting. Usually when something is going on, there is a getting stuff message. And yeah, the router was disconnected, that I'm not interested. So here is my DoD. Just a second, so I already made some simple diagram. This is just our building. You can put anything there. You can make a picture, you can make a Google Maps, you can make anything, and put here like a background. Uh, so, the things that you can configure here. One of the most important things is settings. In the settings, you can find all configurations that are important for the server, starting from many different things. Ports, agents, the map, chart, report. So all the configuration settings for the dude could be found here. The next option, like as I told you that I changed my map with the behavior of my map. So here I put the background, but I can select any other map. I can make a Google photo or any other aerial photo and put there. Then the next thing, how I am adding the devices here. One option is like to run Discover. You can run Discover and you can scan your network. You can write here 000/0, and then you specify recursive hops. For example, if you want to scan 10 devices after your device, 10 routers in a row, you put 10, and so do the runs for like 3 hours, checking all possible network devices around. And after Dude finishes it, you'll get a big map. If it's all your network, so you get your whole map just right away in that Dude. But then you need to control it, what is going on there. As I'm already having here one access point, actually here we have like 2 access points, this one and that one. I will work with that specific one to show you what is here. So if I want to add something to my device, to my network devices, network map, I can add like device. I select the place where I add it. Then I specify the address. If I want to get the router OS features, I specify also username and password. And as I told you, I'm specifying secure mode and specifying router OS. And what does it give to me? So I have here one device with already some settings. So general information is that what some general information about the device, like address, MAC address, how it's being used, username, password. I forgot to check secure mode, so I select secure mode. The next thing, as I told you, if I'm using it as a router OS, there is already some information that is available from router OS. For example, registration table, ARP information, IP addresses of my router, routers of my router. If I have simple queues as well, I can monitor simple queues on my device. If I have the HTTP leases, so I have the HTTP leases here right away. But some few more interesting things. Let's zoom into my device. So let's zoom in. this is a device that is already added to my map, and with some specific options I can get the information right away from the device. When, for example, I have monitor and I don't want to log into the specific router and to check something. And for example, as right here, it is wireless access point. So I need a few things that I want to know about the device. The first, if I have a map with a different device, I want to know what the router OS version is on it. So you see, I have router OS version, and the actual version that is installed on the router is displayed. Then, if I want to find that something was wrong during the night, there is an uptime. So if router was restarting during the night, so I need to consider something about changing. And as this is a wireless access point, I have 2 GHz clients and 5 GHz clients of my device. So how can I do it and how can I add it to my device? As Dude has big integration, it has big integration with router OS, you have many different things how to configure everything that. So for example, router OS version I am getting by SNMP. So I enable SNMP on my router. I am querying specific SNMP OID, and I go to router OS version. So I run SNMP from the Dude, and it puts the router OS version to my map. Then, for example, I want to know uptime. And if uptime is not displayed by SNMP, or you don't know the SNMP OID, in the Dude I can run router OS command. So you see, I have ROS command, which runs system resource get uptime, and just puts the uptime to my device. How do I know about the wireless clients? If, for example, I want to see the wireless clients for 5 GHz, for 2 GHz, for the specific device, here I have simple interface wireless registration table print count only for the specific interface, and I put it to the Dude. It's very simple but very convenient when you need to know some information. So this is how we added router. The next thing that is good about the Dude that you can set up notifications, and there are different kind of notifications. One simple notification when your device becomes red. It can become red when, for example, ping's timed out. You can in the Dude you can specify all the services all the time. For example, you want the ping to time out in a specific time or sequence. You can control it on the Dude and specify what are the necessary timeouts for the ping. You can have your own custom probes when your Dude is connecting to your router, and for example, you have routers on solar power, and your Dude is just asking your router for voltage that is currently on that router, and when voltage drops, you can run alarm and then consider what to do. And the alarms are very different. You can just put silent alarm when displays your device as red. You can put sound alarm. You can have like monitoring desk and make a boo, boo, boo when something goes down. But if you have flopping network, there will be too much sounds. Then on the Dude you can send emails for the specific notification. You can send also SMS. For example, you can specify specific servers which are important to you, and when, for example, one of the services goes down, you can specify that user will receive an SMS about that, and then he could go to work and fix it. And those probes and the services, there are so many of them, so there are unlimited possibilities how you can control your router and how you can notify yourself or your network administrators about the Dude. And You can make very different setups and do it in many different ways. As I have just half an hour, it was just short demo for you. There will be slides available on moon.mikrotik.com, so you can then use them if you want to create your own custom props or routers commands that you want to show on your dude. And for the future, like for the next year, we have plans to make some big improvements as well, make new features. And one of them is make Capsman integration. As currently Capsman is part of the router OS, but it's not integrated with the Dude. We want to join them together so you can easily manage your networks, put it on a map, set up necessary service, and manage your network more better. Currently, by the way, on the Dude you can control your routers and upgrade routers versions. But maybe somewhere in the future we will make an option to control and configure those routers from the Dude, so it will be more easier to control all routers from one side. We will see what we will make for the web access, so you can access the Dude from mobile phone. As currently, it would be hard to run to simulate Dude on a mobile phone, but we are working on it, so we will see how we can do it in the future. If you have any suggestions about the Dude, what you want to see or what doesn't work for you at the moment, you are welcome to send your request to support@mikrotik.com. And thank you very much for listening to me. So if you have any question about the Dude, go to the desk. Or if you have any technical questions, also go to the desk. Thank you very much. The next presentation is, I'm afraid to say your name to make a mistake, so it's better.
Shailendra Parmar.
So it's better you say yourself.
Hello everybody. I am Shailendra Parmar. I am from Indore. We are a local wireless internet service provider with capacity of 200 customers. Today I am discussing about how to set up and manage wireless internet service provider network.